For today's video, we're working on this John Deere 115 automatic, and what's happening is when it runs, it's flooding itself out. So it'll start alright, but as soon as you turn the fuel line on or put fuel into the carburetor, the bowl's filling up way too much and it's flooding out. And I really think the problem's lying inside the carburetor with an O-ring that may be worn out or missing completely. So we're going to take the carb off. Okay, so to remove the carburetor, what you need to do is shut off the fuel if you have a fuel shut off. And we're going to take the fuel line off, disconnect the wire down here, loosen these two bolts, and then simply wiggle the whole unit down to get the air intake tube down. And then you have your choke link here, and then your governor link and spring back there. And you can pull the choke link out real slowly, and you'll be able to pull the whole thing out. And then you might have to dip and twist the whole unit itself to get these two linkages out. So what we want to do now is take this screw out and the screw out, and that'll take the this metal part off. Okay, I've removed the screws, and we'll go ahead and take this cover off. And the carb inside looks great, and pull this whole thing off. There should be, there should be an O-ring down here from the fuel inlet, and that's probably what happened, why it was flooding. There's no O-ring on here, and what that does is that O-ring keeps the fuel from coming into the bowl, and that's probably why it's flooding so much. Now I just want to add this into the video. This is the new carb float with the new needle, and look where it sits. Okay, so I had to use the old carburetor parts with the O-ring and the old needle because that's not going to work, because that's just going to do the same thing. It's just going to let way too much fuel in, and it's going to flood it. Alright, so I'm back with the new O-ring, and that's going to slip right down over this little plastic piece. Reinstall it back on top of the carb here. And then tighten down the two screws and then reinstall the carburetor back onto the tractor.